Hello and welcome to another video tutorial here on understanding body language, liars, cheats and happy feet. I hope everyone's okay and having a good Monday. Soon be Christmas and I can't wait. So, in this video for you today I have got Megan Wright. Now then, someone sent me over this video today on Facebook. About the ongoing investigation with the disappearance of Lisa Irwin. I don't know if you've seen my other work I've done on the two parents, on Jeremy and Deborah. If you've not, please go and have a look. But what has come to my attention today is this slight interview that Megan's done. So, I'm going to run through the interview. It's only on for about 30 seconds tops, but let's run through the non-verbals and let's have a little look at statement analysis, and let's see if we can detect anything deceptive or honest or anything like that. So let's make it full screen, and let's see if we can spot anything untoward in the interview. So, here we go.
Cell phones were taken along with baby Lisa, and that very night, Megan Wright got a call from one of those phones.
I received a phone call, well, my phone did, the night that baby Lisa went missing.
So let's just scoot back and let's have a look at that opening stance. Now then, don't forget with these body language videos, we do not get an understanding of someone's baselines. The amount of times I hear body language experts going on the news saying, oh, well, their baseline behaviour is this, that and the other. We don't know what someone does naturally when they feel any given emotion, so disregard that. All we can see is what's in front of us. Don't forget, we don't know how long this interview has been was done for. All we see here is a 30-second segment, so we can't get an understanding of someone's movements or baselines. All we can do is decipher the non-verbal messages that are leaking out and get a good understanding of what they mean. So before we start, let's have a look at the initial stance that Megan is making. Okay, now that there is what's called a self-adapter, and it's where she's given herself a self-hug, which is an indicative of a pacifier. So she's calming herself down by placing her hands around the front part of the body to protect the abdomen. Okay, so is that significant? Okay, so that's a strong sign of nervousness and of anxiety, which are not generally two things you'd associate with someone with having dyed red or pink hair. You'll have to excuse me, I'm colourblind, but you can clearly see the different shadings of colours in her hair, so that must come with applied confidence. However, in that initial stance doesn't throw me as being very confident. But anyway, let's listen to what she says.
Baby Lisa, and that very night, Megan Wright got a call from one of those phones.
I received a phone call, well, my phone did, the night that baby Lisa went missing.
So let's pause around that. Now, instantly, what's the first thing she does, even before she starts talking? Watch the head go down and watch the shoulders go up.
Those phones.
I received a phone call, well, my phone did.
Now that's called a turtle effect, and it's when we try and hide ourselves as much as possible. Watch that again. Watch how the head drops down and the shoulders go up, and that conveys absolutely zero confidence in what you've just said. Watch that again.
Well, my phone did, the night that...
So the head drops and the asymmetrical shoulder shrug flicks off. One more time.
Those phones.
I received a phone call, well, my phone did, the night that baby Lisa went missing. It was apparently a 50-second phone call. I don't know who answered it or what was said or who was on the other end of the phone.
She says...
So what's interesting there to know is count how many times we see an asymmetrical shoulder shrug, meaning one side. Now don't forget the association with the shoulder shrug means I don't know. So listen to what she's saying. So her verbal message is saying one thing, but her body language is saying something else. So it's what's called incongruent. Her shoulders are telling us one message, however her words and her brain are telling us one thing. Watch it again.
I don't know who answered it or what was said or who was on the other end of the phone.
She says
So that left-sided shoulder shrug is causing me slight concern. And we can clearly hear the nervousness in her voice, and we can also hear an increased speech rate as well. So she's trying desperately to get her words out. Listen how fast she speaks.
And that very night, Megan Wright got a call from one of those phones.
I received a phone call, well, my phone did, the night that baby Lisa went missing. It was apparently a 50-second phone call. I don't know who answered it or what was said or who was on the other end of the phone.
So she's desperate to get her words out. So why would you be desperate to get your words out so fast? Okay, so I'll leave that conclusion up to you. Watch it again.
I don't know who answered it or what was said
shoulder
or who
shrugs.
was on the other end of the phone.
She says investigators tracked her
Interesting.
down.
However, the most significant part of this interview comes next.
Questioned her 4 times. What did you tell her?
I told him that I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through there. I didn't know the family, didn't recognize the pictures. Had never seen baby Lisa until I saw her picture on the news.
So there is a massive increase in nervous energy. And watch that bit again. Now listen to what she says there.
And questioned her 4 times. What did you tell her?
I told him that I'd been...
So I told them, it's not what you would say if something actually happened. You would say, well, what actually happened was this. I told them means potentially it might not be exactly what happened. Because like I said, oh, well, like when you say you're lying about something, like, oh, what did you tell them? Oh, well, I told them I was late for work because I overslept. When really you were out the night before and you were hungover. You would tell them potentially something accurate. So that's interesting. But what's even more interesting is the false start she makes.
What did you tell her?
I told him that I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through there.
That speech error there for me is a problem. She goes to say something and then stops. Listen to it again.
That I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through there.
I knew he stopped, been through there. So did she say I know he'd been through there?
That I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through there. I didn't know
I think she was about to say I knew he went through there, but she stops and corrects it herself. Now then, is that significant, that false start? And listen to how she increases her speech from the first part of that segment. Listen to that voice.
And questioned her 4 times. What did you tell her?
I told him that I'd been through the neighborhood with...
Now listen to how she says hood, and listen to how it tails off. Listen to that speech.
That I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through there. I didn't know the...
And the shrugs are back as well. So don't forget, shrugs convey the message of I don't know. So shrugging consistently while we're talking is not a good sign. It conveys absolutely zero confidence in what you've just said.
Boyfriend, I knew I've been through there. I didn't know the family, didn't recognize the pictures. Had never seen baby Lisa until I saw her picture on the news.
So there we go from a pacifier, which is playing with the hair.
The pictures.
So what does she say there to make herself pacify?
Boyfriend, I knew I've been through there. I didn't know the family, didn't recognize the pictures.
So she said she didn't know the family, and she didn't recognise the picture, and a hand-to-face gesture is made. Now then, is that significant? That's a pacifier, so that's a sign of stress. So we're seeing quite a few signs of stress. We're seeing asymmetrical shoulder shrugs. We're seeing the head drop down and the shoulders go up, the turtle effect. We're seeing errors, false starts. We're seeing pacifiers here. We're seeing lots and lots of nervous energy.
Had never seen baby Lisa until I saw her picture.
And she resumes that pose where she's hugging herself, that self-adapter. So she's reassuring herself by giving herself a hug. And it doesn't look to me like it's particularly cold where they are.
On the news.
One of about a
So let's watch the whole thing back from the very start and let's see if we can spot anything else. So we'll run through exactly what we're seeing.
And that very night, Megan Wright got a call from one of those.
Self-adapter.
I received a phone call.
Asymmetrical shoulder shrug.
The night
The turtle effect.
baby Lisa went missing. It was apparently a
Shoulder shrug.
50-second phone call. I don't know who answered it or what was said or who was on the other end of the phone.
More shoulder shrugs.
Investigators tracked her down and questioned her 4 times. What did you tell her?
I told them that I'd been through the neighborhood.
I told them potentially could be indicative of deception, lies, potentially. Nothing's guaranteed.
With my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through...
Increase in nervous energy. Massive increase from the previous statement. I think this bit here is significant.
There, I didn't know the family, didn't recognize the pictures, had never seen baby Lisa until...
And the final bit.
4 times. What did you tell her?
I told them that I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I knew I've been through...
That little bit of speech error there is significant. We need to know what she was going to say before she stopped and talked about something else. I think that bit there where she says, I think he was in the neighbourhood. Let's watch it one more time.
I've been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I've been through there.
I knew he stopped being through there. Okay, so she's not finishing her sentences. Is that significant? We don't know. Now then, before you start jumping to all sorts of conclusions, let's try and understand why she's nervous. Okay, I've narrowed it down to 4 possibilities. The first one is being live on national TV. Okay, that would make most people nervous about speaking to a mass audience about the disappearance of a baby girl. The second one is potentially she knows exactly what's happened in this case. She's certainly showing signs of stress and nervousness. Does she know the whereabouts of baby Lisa? We don't know, but there's certainly something that's giving her off stress. Does she know more than she's telling on? Who knows? Number 3 is the Othello error. Is she frightened about not being believed? Is that what she's afraid of? Is she afraid that the police might accidentally start accusing her of something, and seeing these signs of nervousness as sign of guilt and shame and deception? Don't forget about the Othello error. Some people often show signs of nervousness and stress because they're not being believed, and they come across as being guilty when in fact they're not. And the other thing we've got to think about is any potential medication she might take for anxiety or depression, which might heighten sensory awareness and might provoke feelings of potential giddiness, or nervousness or stress, or things that might influence her speech to make it go faster or slower. We have to think about things that might influence these kind of behaviours. So there you go. So you've got 1 of 4 possibilities to why she is clearly very uncomfortable in this position. But from my body language perspective and my statement analysis, I think this speech error...
What did you tell him?
I told him that I'd been through the neighborhood with my ex-boyfriend. I've been through there.
That speech error is the only one she makes throughout this interview, and in my opinion, that is quite possibly very significant to this investigation. So there you go. So match that with the other body language work I've done on Jeremy and Deborah, and now this video here, there are certain inconsistencies that are sneaking through, which I have no doubts that the FBI and the Kansas City Police are jumping all over as we speak. So there you go. So that's another video tutorial done here on understanding body language. Liars, cheese and happy feet. I hope you enjoyed that video tutorial. Yes, I am in my bedroom. My missus chucked me out before because she's baking, and I don't want the smell of lovely baked goods distracting me from this body language analysis. So there you go. So if you'd like to learn more about body language, please check out my Understanding Body Language page. I've got to say a big thank you to this page here, Baby Lisa Irwin Updates, which I've been following. People on there have been very kind about sharing my work and giving me some great feedback, so thank you very much for everyone on there, and I hope we get baby Lisa back safe and well. I think the story that's coming out at the moment might indicate that things are starting to happen in this case, and I truly hope we get baby Lisa Irwin back with her parents, where she belongs. So there you go. So if you'd like to learn more about body language, please check out my page, Understanding Body Language, Liars, Cheese and Happy Feet. Please click that. Please share it as much as you can. Try to get as much interest as possible. And there you go. So, there you go. So that's another video tutorial done here on Understanding Body Language. Liars, cheeks and happy feet. Megan Wright, are you indicative of anything? Well, we don't know, but I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash. So, take care and bye-bye for now.